Hey guys, today we're going to show you a little bit of Wasteland Workshop's arena awesomeness. Now, with the Wasteland Workshop Fallout 4 DLC, you could actually set up your own nice little arena and make NPCs fight each other. Now, if you play on PC, you can already do this by simply using the console commands to spawn enemies, but console guys now have this nice little addition. It is neat. I do like how you can do this, but I will not lie, it is a meticulous and rather annoying process. The first thing that you need to do is build your own little arena. You want to design it in such a way that it is raised on platforms, because building it on the basic ground is not very fun. Now, for doing this, when you make the platforms, I want you guys to go under concrete floors. I'm using mods, so I have a lot of stuff that console guys won't have access to. But you want to do the concrete foundations. Here they go. This is what you're gonna want to use, and just load these up. And you could also use these nice little screens. Where are they? You should have a screen floor. These screen floors, you see how I did the nice accenting? I put some flame barrels down there. I don't think you guys actually have access to the flame barrels without mods. But if you have mods, you get this nice little atmospheric effect, and it adds a lot of like character to the arenas. Now the arenas have these crazy traps, like some sort of what it reminds me of is kind of like the Running Man. Like if the Running Man was the horrible game show where you just murder everyone. Like American Gladiator mixed with the Running Man, that kind of craziness. You got these traps that pop up. You actually have to repair these after a while. So I'm going to repair it, and they just pop up, and it just hurts you. The most annoying part about making your own arena, is getting the NPCs to stand and wrangling the NPCs. If you're doing this on console, you're going to have to use the NPC bell, the bell that summons all the NPCs together. You have to use this bell. What you want to do is make like a cage. Make a big cage and fence in an area. Oh geez, they're fighting already. Let me go ahead and turn the combat AI off for now, because I don't want them to fight yet. Okay. They're done fighting. So, yeah, you're going to want to cage the NPCs in. Build your arena. Because getting these guys to stand on these platforms, to stand where they're supposed to stand, shit is annoying. It is really... you just get tired of it. But if you're using console commands, you could just teleport them. It's pretty nice. Another thing that you can do, you see these arena platforms are pretty big. What you can actually do is shrink them. So we'll just go ahead and use the set scale command. We'll do 0.5. You shrink them. That way you could have a bunch of them in the same area. Now if you're on console, you can't do this, which is kind of disappointing. If you shrink them, they take up... Actually, I think they take up the same default space no matter how big they are. Which is kind of disappointing. So I guess shrinking them doesn't really do much. But anyway, you build this arena. And one of the most important things that you want to do, make these electric walls. These electric doors. Because they will attack each other on sight. Vesta didn't really do a good job in like optimizing this whole thing, and you'll spend all this time making this arena, getting the NPCs to stand where you want, and they'll just start fighting prematurely and just ruin all your progress. So set up these doors. That way they won't see each other. Well, kind of got an open area here, so that's why they started fighting in the first place. But you break their line of sight, and they won't attack each other. You hook up the doors to these pylons. And by the way, you're going to have a lot of wires and electricity and crap like that. Honestly, building this arena was like a whole day's worth of work, and this was just a quick one. You can go all out and make all kinds of crazy stuff if you want to. But it's time consuming, and it's meticulous. But it is enjoyable. It is interesting. It is neat how you can do this. One thing I will say is you could also go to your settlers and equip them. Looks like they're in combat mode, so I can't equip them right now until they. So that's disappointing.
I'd like to trade some
Oh,
items.
this guy. So you can give them items, you can deck them out, you can make them enter power armor, and do all kinds of cool stuff. The battles are short-lived even still, though. They kill each other really fast. One thing I will say about consoles, or not consoles, the console command, you could actually summon your NPCs, your settlers. You don't have to wait for your settlers to show up like you do on console. You just use the help command. Help settler 4. Oop. And then you get a nice list of NPCs that you can set. You want to go with the very top NPC, the 000-20593. You want to summon maybe 20 of these guys. And what you do when you summon them, you notice when you summon NPCs and settlers, they don't really become part of your settlement, which is kind of disappointing. You can get around that. Go into the workshop mode, select the NPC, go to move, and just teleport them to the area you're working on. You're basically teleporting them to the area that you're in, and what that does is it locks them and they become part of your settlement. So let's go ahead and get the action going here. I'm gonna get to a safe spot. I'm gonna go in the toggle flying camera mode so we can get a nice spectator floaty view. Go ahead and turn off my HUD so we can get the full camera view here. Alright, so as you can see, oh wait, we gotta go back. We gotta open the doors. Let's go to open the doors. Okay, got all the doors open. Get to our safe zone. Toggle flying camera. Alright, now we can zoom around and watch the chaos begin. Now TC AI, Toggle Combat AI, that's going to enable them to stop fighting or start fighting. So we'll get into the action here. Here we go. And you can set up the traps. They're not very smart. You got guys running around over here. They die really fast. That's another disappointing fact about all this. It can be entertaining, and it could also be kind of, they're getting stuck in the walls, and it gets a little silly. And it looks like it's already over. So let's go ahead and spawn some more settlers. Try it again. Another thing that you can do. Do we need to repair this? Your traps will actually break, so you need to repair them to get them back in working order. So let's go ahead and repair all of our traps. Okay, looks like they're all going. Okay, let's go back here, close our doors. Alright, break the line of sight. Okay, now we're going to use the console command to summon the settlers. Help settler 4. Go to the very top. You want the very top settler. These are the best ones. These are the most dynamic and varied ones. So spawn 000-20539. Let's do 7. Okay. They'll slowly pop into place. Okay, so let's open up our workshop. You know, we're gonna try to shrink these and see. Like I said before, even though it appeared they didn't really take less room. Oh wow, that's really small. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Even though it's small, it still takes up the same space on the actual environment. That's really disappointing. That's another thing you're gonna run into. These plots, these points here are pretty big. So you're gonna want to take that into consideration when you make your arena. Now each one of these spots you can only put one NPC per spot. Oh, we need to actually assign these guys to our settlement. Starlight Drive-In. And once you do that, they become part of your settlement. See how our people count, settler count just rose? Okay. put these in. Let's go ahead and turn the combat AI off just in case they start attacking each other. Starlight Drive-In. Oh, Starlight Drive-In. This way, you're going to lock them in. See, otherwise they would just be standing around. They wouldn't do anything. But now you can assign them to all kinds of different stuff. And they will listen to you. You can assign them to, you know, pick plants, all that kind of good stuff. Actually, I think... So they're aggroed right now, but they can't fight yet because of their toggle combat AI. But once you assign them to the point, they become part of blue team. So they'll automatically start attacking the red team. That's an interesting fact to note. So let's go ahead. Now we got our NPCs. Another thing you could actually do if you wanted to, add a little bit of spice to the battles. Come on now. Get on over there. You're having a trouble with the cursor for some reason. You could actually shrink the NPCs if you wanted to. Set scale, let's do 0.18. Oh, we shrunk the wall. Yeah, you gotta be careful with your set scale command. You're gonna make sure you want to select the actual NPCs. For some reason, our cursor is acting funky. I don't know what's going on here. We're just gonna use the mouse. Set scale 0.7. You could shrink them. You could do this with anything in the game.
Someone do something.
Go ahead and shrink her. And we shrunk the wall again. I think it's because she's like against the wall. Whoops. Look how tiny it got. That's so awesome. I really like the set scale command. Okay, so I guess these guys, another thing you could do is the move to command. There's another thing I want to show you. Now let's say you're having a hard time getting the NPC to get where you want. And this won't work on consoles obviously because it doesn't have the console command. But let's say like there's a guy out in the field and you want to get him to the arena point. You can't. What you do is just get the command for whatever the point where you want to teleport him to. So move to is the command that you're going to use to teleport them. E8C6. Okay, so we lock that into place. We'll select this dude, move to, bam. He teleports right to that zone. I use this command to get them over to these points because it's a huge pain in the ass. Besta really should have, they should have streamlined this. They should have made it to where you could just automatically like spawn teammates, team members, and all kinds of stuff. But you know how that kind of goes. Things should never are how they should be. So let's go ahead. Let's turn this guy really tiny. Weep, teensy teensy. And let's go over to red team. He's gonna, let's make him a little bigger. Let's make him, okay, let's go 2. Yeah, look at that. Monster size. And you could just do this however much you want. You could shrink anything. You could shrink the entire arena if you wanted to. You could do all kinds of stuff. It's really neat. So let's go ahead and watch him fight. Let's open our doors. You're going to want to do this every time. You're going to be disappointed because they'll just kill each other right away. Okay, get to a safe zone. Toggle flying camera. Zoom up. Start zooming around. Okay. And toggle combat AI. Alright, let the battle begin. Hey, he's getting stuck in the wall. That's awesome. And, you know, sometimes they're entertaining battles, and sometimes they're not. And another thing I kind of noticed, they'll just run into the walls. So you kind of want to consider that when you're making your arena. Like you want to make it so that the enemies can run around and they have like ample space. We're getting some fog here, so sorry for the effects. Also, if you've been looking in the upper right, left-hand corner of my screen, I'm using NZXT's cam software. Now you could use this. It's a nice little overlay that tracks all of your FPS. You can tell your temperatures of your GPU and CPU. It's a nice little overlay. I recommend checking it out. It's free. It'll tell you all kinds of stuff as you're playing. It's like Riva Tuner. So it looks like red team, the Red Daddies, won again. Another cool thing about the Wasteland Workshop is you can make your own signs and everything like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this nice little tutorial. It's just to show you how the arena system works and how to set up your own battles. Now obviously it's much easier on PC, it's much better on PC because Besta dropped the ball on optimization. One cool thing you can do though, you can actually build cages and capture. Where is it? It should be under... Actually, I think it's under electricity. Yeah, I'm using mods, so my menu is going to look much different than yours, unless you're using the same... Like, unless you're using Homemaker and everything. I believe it's under miscellaneous electricity. No. Here we go. No, wait. I think it's under traps. Defense, sorry. Sorry about this. No, wait, here it is. Okay, so you get these cages. Now, you can make all kinds of cages and capture Mirelurks, capture Deathclaws, Rad Scorpions, all kinds of stuff. And you just put the cage down, sleep for a day, and you'll usually capture something. It works the same way. You build the cage, put it in your arena, and the enemies will just fight each other. So it's neat. You can do all kinds of stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. It's just to show you exactly how it works and what you can do with it. Basically, you're limited to your own imagination, your own building skills. You can make all kinds of horrendous traps, make like a corridor of death. And you could have a lot of fun with the set scale command. You know, shrink enemies, shrink them, or make them giants. Where's that giant? You can make a giant dude. Pretty cool. So we'll see you next time, guys, and take it easy.